Alright, now we're finally gonna. We're not done with the other ones, but I kind of want to do Malik Patterson. Alright. So, Malik, he's 26. He's Ghanaian. I don't know how to say that, y'all. He's a manager at Popeyes. Men stay in touch with the girls they never should have cheated on and get mad when they file a restraining order. Trash ass mixtape, kill your producer. Okay, he seems nice. Alright, let's see what he has. Let me take a drink real quick. I'm sorry, I should have done this earlier. Sorry, it's one of those bottles, like the tip, it's kind of like a baby bottle tip. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Thursday evening closings are always the best because you know you never have to work the next day. You always set your own schedule being the manager of this fine establishment. Your boss always complimented you on how well you ran this place while keeping it somewhat clean. You don't value your job and you do the bare minimum to get by, but you somehow bullshit enough to the point where people can't tell you that you're bullshitting, and that is the major win for you. You double check that everything is cleaned up before locking up for the night. Sorry, I had to scratch my head. Without the weak light of the exit sign, it would be pitch black out front. It's giving strobe lights. It's not like you need it anyway. You know this place like the back of your hand, navigating through the darkness to the back entrance with your bag slung over your shoulder. You slam the door shut before making your way to your car. The parking lot lights illuminate the path towards your car. The lone car in the empty parking lot of the Popeyes side. You glance over and see a few cars scattered near the bar. Your feet stop as you ponder grabbing a drink before you head up. Driving under the influence is probably not the best idea. You've already got a bottle of Benny at home with your name on it, and you do have tomorrow off, so you think you can get away, you can drink on the weeknight without feeling too much guilt. Besides, you haven't had a chance to work on music all week, and a bit of sipping whilst doing so won't hurt anybody. You keep it moving. Your phone. You dig it out of your pocket to see who thinks they can text you this late. It can't be the group chat because you always have that muted. No disrespect to the homies, but your phone is too busted to handle all those notifications. You do manage to check it every few hours even while you're at work though. It's Alice, baby mama number 2, texting you. You really want to do nothing more than put your phone on Do Not Disturb and head to your car. But she knows where you live, work, and hang out with your homies, so you decide it's better just to hear her out. Oh, she's beautiful. Hey, mind watching Rhea tomorrow? I got a concert tomorrow evening. Alice Brown. She's a rapper, Malik's ex-girlfriend, and mother of Rhea Patterson. You sigh, scratching the back of your neck as you think over a response that won't get you in trouble. You two just made up not too long ago. The last thing you need is a passive-aggressive Alice. You already lost a few followers from the last bitter fight you two had. You ultimately decide to wait a bit. She's the type to go back on her word if you don't respond. You finally make it to your car, struggling to get the key and the keyhole to unlock it. Oh fuck, is it jammed? No fucking way. Every time you just want to get into your ride and head home, it's always got to pull some shit like, never mind, you just had to twist it just right to get in. Good, thank God. Your car is old and you know you could afford to get a new one, but there was something special about Gina. Something nostalgic. Almost like magic. She was your first purchase without the help of your parents. You'll get one before the winter hits, but you're unsure if this one can last another round of snow and the bullshit that Mother Nature likes to throw at Jersey. You start your car waiting for it to warm up as you pull out your phone, and to no surprise, Alice has sent a few more texts. I know you saw that. Malik, please, please, I just need this one, please. Por favor. I'll pick her up on Sunday. I work on Saturday. Are we lying? Take her to your mom's house. She must really need this, and it's not like your mom would say no, but honestly, you need to spend more time with Rhea. I'm gonna say Rhea. You did promise you would take her out to see some new princess movie she's been going on about. Fine. but if you subtweet me again, we're gonna have issues. I promise. Can you pick her up tonight? I gotta get in the zone. My homie told me some label people are coming to the show and I gotta get on my shit. You sigh, dropping your phone into your lap and grabbing the aux cord. It only takes a moment to adjust a few settings and pull up the Bound to Cloud app. You don't realize how exhausted you are until you finally sit down. Your head rolls back to rest on the space behind you as you think it over. You were always going to say yes because you could never say no to Alice. After all, she's the woman you considered your first love, and Rhea, the daughter you always wanted, but Alice had different plans. She didn't want to be a mother after Rhea was born, and her rap career started picking up, and you grew jealous and began fighting with her over the smallest things. Ever since then, your relationship has been on a melting iceberg, and one of these days it's going to dissolve and leave you both drowning. Rhea wasn't your first child, but she was the first one you felt a connection to, and you know that's fucked up to admit, but it is really the truth. Maybe because she was a product of everything you always wanted, a child to a woman you loved, and even though she was an accident, you still cherish her like she was meant to be here, or at least you try to. You're focused on other things, making music that will bring money and fame so you can give her the life she deserves, so you can give your mother a second chance at life on her own without the shittiness of your father. But Alice had the same dream. She wanted fame, and she deserved it too. She could rap circles around majority of BoundCloud rappers, and deserved every hit she got. And she loved Rhea. You could never call her a bad mother, but she was obviously focused on her career more than her child, and you both realized that both of you can't focus on your careers and a child, so you took the back seat for her while she built herself up. We both should be building together, and honestly, some people just aren't made to be parents. Like, you know, some people do regret having kids, and this is like a real fucking topic, actually. I like where this game is going. It gets really deep. Yeah, sure, I'll be there in 10. Thanks, I promise I'll make it up to you. Oh. Don't get your hopes up too high. Damn. She replies, but you don't bother looking. Knowing her, it was probably a witty remark of a bunch of emojis. The thought of it makes you smile, sitting up straight as you pull off in the direction of her apartment. You make sure to clean your back seat before you make your way to the foot of her door. You used to have a key, but she took it from you the last time you got into it, and you never bothered to ask for it back. Instead, you throw her a quick text and lean against the railing as you wait. Aww, Rhea Patterson, preschool, Malik's daughter. She's so cute. She opens the door. Rhea sound asleep against her shoulder. You know Rhea's about to grow out of her booster seat anyways, but you're gentle as you take her from Alice and place her in it. You take a moment to make sure she's situated and still asleep before locking the door and making your way back up the steps. Alice is staring at you with admiration written all over her face, excuse me. For a moment you feel like you're 20 again, taking her out on your first date. She used to get so excited whenever you pulled up to her parents' house, bouncing out with a new CD in her hand, tumbling into your car and kissing you like she hasn't seen you in years. That was back when you two were young and dumb, not a worry in the world. Well, besides your mother not liking her, but that's a memory you'd rather not think of. Someone's happy to see me. She doesn't speak, probably spacing out again. You reach for the overnight bag in her hand, slinging it over your shoulder with a quick glance towards your car to make sure Rhea is still sound asleep. You nervous? Yeah, fuck. She hugs you and you have to adjust the bag over your shoulder to return the embrace. Your eyes close as you allow yourself to enjoy this. Despite it being a few years since you two broke up, you still have love for her. Every woman you tried to find her in but couldn't succeed. Aww. You're the one to pull away, and even then, her arms still cling around you, and you have to force yourself to set the bag down properly. Wait, you have to force yourself to set the bag down to properly hug her, pressing a kiss to her forehead. Aww. What if this is the one? What if this is my big break? Then it's your big break. You've always wanted this, haven't you? Yeah, but you feel her chest heaving against your own, your hand moving to rub at her back. But what about her? It's not like you can take care of her all by yourself. She's right, but it still hurts to hear. You both know you aren't fit to be a father, much less a father of two. And she knew you and your other baby mama, Tara, weren't on good terms either. You pull away, turning your attention towards the car as you speak. You know, becoming famous doesn't absolve you from being a mother. You can't use my own words against me, Malik. I told you the same when I found out I was pregnant. She did, and ever since, you've been taking life a bit more seriously, making sure you have enough money to take care of yourself and your two kids in case anything happens. Music was just a side hustle that you hoped would have made you successful one day, and if it did, well, you would still be a father of two, even with a successful music career. Alright, I should go. So soon? You don't want to sit and talk like old times? It's late. The one thing you hate about Alice is how quick she is to turn on you. One moment she wants you to hold her for hours just like things never changed, and the next she never wants to see you again and has you blocked on all social media. And despite wanting to sit on the steps listening to the distant car horns and light chatter from the neighborhoods, it's nearly midnight and you should probably get some sleep for yourself. Call me after the show or whatever. Yeah, I will. She looks upset, but you can't really do anything about it. Well, you can, but you just don't want to. It may be selfish of you, but you have things of your own that you want to do, and you're unsure how much time is left before your body shuts down on you. You give her forehead one last kiss before picking up the bag and slinging it over your shoulder. Once you reach the bottom of the steps, you look back to see her still standing there, leaning against the doorway as she looks at you. Her usual smile, the smile you fell in love with all those years ago, is gone. You feel guilty, but not guilty enough to do anything about it. You toss Rhea's bag beside her before getting in the driver's seat, shooting her one last glance before driving off. The ride home is short, but it gives you some time to think. A stoplight switches to red, you stop and glance back at your sleeping daughter in the rear view mirror. A piece of hair falls over her face, and you reach back to sweep it out the way. Your life is in your control, yet you continue to make bad and selfish decisions. How long before that catches up to you? The little big break. Might as well start with Yolanda. Not gonna stop the video there. That was quite short, I believe. Girls at the Poetry Slam. Drugs, oh, okay. In the past few months, you've gotten a better understanding of how life has been treating you. The mothers of your children have left you alone for the most part, at least since you started taking your kids to school and picking them up whenever they asked. You made an effort to get closer with your kids outside of the basic childish shit you found yourself indulging in. Side note, why the fuck does your daughter like Peppa Pig so much? Why the fuck does any kid like Peppa Pig? Something about those eyes haunts you and you find yourself looking away whenever she puts it on. But the one thing you still find troubling is the trajectory of your rap career. You have a decent following on BoundCloud, and people are talking about your music locally. Maybe because you have sort of a shifted, maybe because you sort of shifted from serious rap to comedy rap, doing stuff to appeal to big bot crowd. You've begrudgingly accepted. Who knew it would be so easy to get teens to do shitty dances to your fucked up music? Rapping off beat on a shit beat appears to be a pinnacle of music these days, and as much as you hate to admit it, it's getting you a lot more attention than the things you put your heart and soul in. With this stuff, it takes you maybe an hour tops to create shit beats with samples, and the rapping just comes naturally. And maybe you were just meant for comedy rap. You ignore that feeling of failure for the time being. You have things to do and a backpack full of CDs just slung over your shoulder. One of the homies told you about this place on the Upper East Side of the city. Not too far from your place, but you still took the trip to drive instead of calling a rideshare. Who knows what kind of women will pull up to open mic. Women gravitate towards you and typically stay for a couple of weeks until they realize how inconsistent you are when it comes to maintaining relationships. Or until one of your baby mamas, probably Tara, finds out you're talking to another woman and tries to sabotage you because she's an evil woman who only wants to see a black man lose. Maybe if you had gotten a Ghanaian woman pregnant, your mother wouldn't see you as such a disappointment. Your siblings wouldn't make fun of you every chance they get. Also, if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. You've dealt with enough favoritism growing up with how much lighter your skin is compared to your siblings, being the only one to get light skin gene from your great-grandfather on your mom's side. Your parents expected so much from you, but you've done nothing but disappoint. A light-skinned disappointment. Yeah, Alice was so different. She never saw your flaws. She was your first love, the woman you wished your mother approved of. They never got along. You've known Alice since you were in high school, but didn't actually start talking to her until you both graduated. Becoming local rappers brought you both closer, and soon you fell in love with her, but the love never felt mutual, no matter how much she tried to convince you that it was. You knew her love wasn't for people, but for her craft, and it showed more when you got her pregnant, and she didn't seem to care about the child you both had. You can't think about that right now. You're already an hour late to open mic, and if you sit in your car any longer, someone might call the cops. You enter the salon. Yeah, this is a hair salon, but instead of usual chairs and mirrors, it's rows and rows of folded chairs. The ceiling is littered with spotlights. Bright red neon lights shaped like roses hung from the walls. You've come here with your daughter one day, you'll come here with your daughter one day, or you should at least. She's been asking for braids for a while. Aww, little box braids. Butterfly twist. You find yourself lingering at the doorway, not wanting to disturb the person on stage, reciting a slam poem, and not a very good one, in your attempt to find a seat, so you wait, listening for a moment before realizing you ultimately are not that interested. The bag on your shoulder is slipping. You move your shoulder to adjust it. You scan the area in front, and just from behind, you can already tell you've run into a few familiar faces in here. People you want to talk to? Fuck no. But you know they might try to talk to you if you try to perform, even though you may be a little late for that. Hey, who the fuck knows what will happen? You didn't realize how long you were lingering near the door until you hear the soft voice of someone speaking right above a whisper. You nearly jump, not expecting anyone to pay much attention to you. You look down in the direction the voice came from. Fuck. Hey, you look new here. You want to perform, or are you just checking out the scene? She caught you by surprise, and you find yourself staring a little more than you would like to admit. Starstruck, or hard eyes. You really can't describe what emotion you want to portray or you think you're portraying. What the entire fuck is wrong with you? The man who can sling any hoe he wants is suddenly starstruck in front of a woman. A really beautiful woman. God damn it. Oh shit, no, I mean, maybe I haven't thought that far ahead yet. My homie told me to come here and check out the scene, get my cloud up, and pass out some tapes. You a rapper? I'm a musician. Oh, what instrument do you play? Instrument? Yeah, you said you were a musician. You do know that musician means anyone who makes music, right? She rolls her eyes at you, flat out rolls her eyes at you. It's like she wants you to see how annoyed she is by this conversation. I am aware, but people don't really use it like that anymore, at least most of the people here. Okay, now you just feel like an asshole. Hopefully that doesn't put her off too much. Shit, my bad. Nah, I just rap and produce beats. You reach into your bag offering her a tape, one of your nicer ones, a sleek case with your name and number, even a heart near the end of it. This one always is saved for the ladies. The look she gives you is typical. You're the only one in the city actively handing out mixtapes, and the majority of people don't even have working CD players in their cars anymore. You're always considered switching to primarily digital media, but the concept of being unique is what appealed to you. You always stood out no matter what you did, and until you find another way to be unique, you'll keep this going. Got a name? Yolanda. You sure giving out CDs is the best form of advertising? You know, most people don't even have a CD player anymore. What about BoundCloud? I've been thinking about it. Something about keeping it physical makes it more authentic, you know? What if the white man decides to close the internet and everything we kept on it is gone? At least I still got my music in physical form. You've you've read your fair share of theories about how the internet is controlled by a select few companies who can decide to shut it down whenever they want to, and the thought of that is daunting at times. Losing all of your progress, your fans and haters is scary enough to keep you awake at night. Fine, I'll take you up on that. But you can't go around blaming the white man for everything. Are you one of those white people aren't that bad types? You watch as she ponders the question. You're almost tempted to walk away from this entirely, but then you remember she offered to let you perform and is probably one of the people in charge here. With the way people talk in the city, you'd rather not have your reputation ruined over this. What? No, I mean, not really. A lot of them come here and are pretty cool, but I'm always weary, you know? She's one of those. Fine, you can't get mad that she doesn't follow your philosophy. Not many people have the IQ to understand it. Yeah, I get that. Sometimes you think everything is going to be great, and then bam, they can't take you home because their parents don't like us. I'm sorry that happened to you. That's really shitty. I've had my fair share of Korean grandmother being like that until I have to remind her that I'm black. You let out a small laugh at that, reaching a hand up to rub at the back of your neck. You have a little more in common with this woman than you thought you would. Still, you're treading carefully with the words you say. You can't give her all of you yet. My mom is the same way, always wanting me to bring home some Ghanaian woman. She still hates my baby mama, but treats my kids like her own. They're with her right now. I'm not Ghanaian, but I am French and Korean. The colonizer and the colonized. Laugh it off. So if I fuck you, would you be considered colonizer pussy? Not that I have a problem with that as long as the homies don't know. It ain't like I'm fucking a white girl again. That was a one-time thing, just once. You were still young when you did it. You should have realized she was fetishizing you when she bragged about how good you were on social media. Like, you know, your dick game is bomb, but come on now. Keep that shit on the down low. I don't fuck men who aren't creatives. But you did pass me a tape and? Wait, is she considering fucking you too? Maybe after I give it a listen. You would give yourself a point for that one, but you have been trying to tone down the misogyny lately. Got a CD player in here? Shit, we can always go to my car and pop it in. Ditch this joint. I'm not ditching anything, but I will head out to listen to this tape. Just 2 songs, other people still have to perform, you know? Okay, maybe you should bring out the scoreboard for this one. You always like to log your accomplishments, and so far, you've had 2. Malik 1, Yolanda 0. You lead her in the direction of your car after passing out a few tapes to people in the back row. She didn't comment on it, so she's probably seen it before. Your car is cleanish. You keep shit off the floor, but you're a father of 2 young kids, and with that comes spills, pours, and occasional food stains, but you never know who you might pull. Your mother always told you women didn't like a messy man. You use your remote to unlock the door. Thank God it worked this time. Walking a few steps ahead to open the door for her. Welcome to Casa de Malik. You live in your car? Wait, no, shit. You feel yourself flushing up. This is stupid. You never let a woman see this part of you until you hit the bedroom. What is it about this woman who allows you to be vulnerable despite just meeting her? Alright, she's getting a point for that. Alright, so we both have 1 point. Gotcha. Is she a witch? You heard those are real. Your African mother always told you to stay away from them. You ignore the voice in your head as you put in your tape, skipping to the one of your more popular songs. So, what do you think? Don't sugarcoat shit for me. You look like a child about to receive some ice cream as you turn to look at her. She doesn't seem... Nigga, this was awful. Ouch. I've heard a lot of negative thoughts about your music, but it felt like she just got your ass after that one. She probably hears a lot of music from the performers, and you didn't live up to her high standards. But not everyone can be a lover. You shrug it off as you look towards the car parked in front of yours. You take a deep breath. Swallow that pride, Malik. Nobody wants to see that. Fine, fair. Not everyone has to like my style. It isn't about your style. I know what you're going for. It's just you need to find a beat to match. I've heard a lot of rappers. I'm in here every Friday. Fuck, I have to get back. You're not given the chance to reply before she's leaving your car and walking back towards the shop. You jog to meet up with her, stepping ahead of her to open the door. You're smooth with it as you lean down to whisper in her ear, the nervousness of earlier dispersing into the evening sky. Now your confidence is full light skin mode. Hey, you gotta use it to your advantage sometimes. I'm not done with you. Okay. Boo, that was awful. To be fair, it's been a couple of months since you've tried to spit game. You've been more focused on being a somewhat better father. Dating with 2 kids is not ideal. She looks flustered. You have to give yourself a point for that dub. Malik 2, Yolanda 1. Well, now you really can't leave. You already hooked her in. Might as well keep reeling. You take a seat in the back and pull out your phone, scrolling social media to pass time until this thing is over. You watch her from the corner of your eye. She seems to run this place and smiles a lot. Huh. You avoid thinking about it. You definitely didn't spend the entire past hour thinking about why you like her smile so much. Absolutely not. That's lame as hell. The lights cut back on and everyone leaves slowly but surely. You don't pay attention to them. You got other plans in mind. Malik Patterson will get laid tonight. Oh, maybe. She looks at peace as she clears the set. You decide to be a gentleman and help her out, reaching down to pick up the mic stand she was holding from the ground. Let me help you with that. She looks surprised when you help her, but you don't pay it any mind. It's all a part of the charm. You pick up a few more mic stands, placing them where the others are grouped near the back. You know you don't have to do this. You could have left with effort when everyone else left. I can't be a good guy? Wow, what a world we live in. Yeah, that gets a laugh out of you. Being an unironic incel isn't that funny. She even rolls her eyes at you. Ouch. You bring your hand up to your chest, feigning offense. Fine. Can you put this by the other mics in the corner? Sure thing, princess. Okay, maybe you didn't have to say princess, but it got her worked up again, and honestly, that's another point for you. Malik 3, Yolanda 1. You take your time as you try to properly organize the mic stands. You're trying to make a good impression, or that might just be the perfectionist in you. You really can't tell at this point. You know, you don't have to. I know, just wanted to make a good first impression. You didn't have to say that, but you guessed. You made up your mind. First impression? You like what you saw today? You let out a laugh, abandoning your task before striding towards her. You get a bit closer than a stranger would be, leaning your hand against the beam behind her as you look down at her with a smirk. It's time, your favorite part of flirting, the praise. I like what I'm seeing right now. I like what I'm seeing right now. Yeah, was that too much? It felt like too much. Was it? You used it before, but there's no way she could have known that, could she? Nigga, don't act like I haven't heard that one 1,000 times. You're gonna have to do better if you want anything to do with me. Ouch. For a woman this calm, she's spicy. You like that in a woman. Someone who can talk back. Too many women allow you to get away with your bullshit instead of calling you out, and that's boring. You like creating chaos when you know you're gonna get punished for it. Punish probably isn't the right word to use there. Fine, tell everyone to go home. I'll clean this place myself. What? You think cleaning is going to win me over? Man. You realize you don't actually want to do that. Shit, okay, let's backpedal a little. Oh, I was kidding, I wouldn't do that. Uh-huh. Unless you wanted me to. You need to stop talking. Fuck, quick, how do you get out of this? Wait, that's easy. Just look like you're joking. You smirk, and once you notice you're still standing over by her, you take a step back to give her some room. Thank God you showered and brushed your teeth before this. If you really want some pussy, you're gonna have to try a lot better than that. Alright, yeah, you were not expecting that one at all. She really is fucking with you here. You didn't expect to have to try so hard tonight. Guess you have to bust out the big ones then. Sheesh, fine. What do you want? Don't you have the rest of a mixtape to show me? You perk up, but you can't show your excitement. It'll scare her away. You haven't had much luck being vulnerable with women. Wait. Didn't you say it was awful? Now, is she trying to get in your drawers? Man, women these days are too confident. Not that you have anything against a confident woman. You just don't need a hard-on in public, especially in front of a woman you just met. You wonder if she's into doming. My bad. I said dooming. Yeah, but I still have to listen to the whole thing. Fuck yes. Yes, God, fuck yes, you won. You finally won, and there you were, thinking this was about to be a bust. Again, you calm yourself down. She can step away from this at any moment, and thought of that is a little scary. Usually the women you fuck with are wrapped around your finger, but she is acting like she couldn't care less. Honestly, it's hurting your ego, but you ignore it for the time being as you reach into your bag to grab your keys. Then let's go. You don't get close to her this time. You dangle your keys above her head instead, realizing she's not as short as you thought she was. You could just lean down and... So, how do you like... Do you smoke? What? You're in love. You're literally in love. You haven't had a girl impress you like this in years. You're staring and you know you're staring, but fuck. Fuck. Okay, Malik, come on. You can't sit here with your mouth hanging open like a fish. You close it and grin instead, sitting back before you speak. Come on, not all rappers smoke. I know, but you do. Uh, how do you know? She reaches in between your seats to pull out a honey Dutch wrapper you probably forgot to throw out. Fuck. Touche. You reach into your pocket to pull out a lighter, one of your specialty ones that you removed the safety off of. Fiddling with it in your hand, you glance at her from the corner of your eye, realizing how close she is with the blunt between her lips. Ooh, that was quick. The light-skinned player in you comes out in full effect, almost like there's a full moon out. You quickly remove the blunt from her lips, your free hand moving to cup her cheek, tilting her chin slightly as you kiss her. There is no hesitation. If anything, it felt like desperation. She's returning the kiss like you two are in a long-term relationship, and she's just been reminded of the reasons why she loves you. It's like you're kissing Alice. Despite everything, despite it being nearly a year since you two have been intimate, you still yearn for her. You still search for Alice in every situationship. You ache for that intimacy, that passion, a love so grand it scatters your thoughts and leaves you reeling and speechless and breathless. The hand on your shoulder brings you back to reality. Okay, yeah, you're kissing Yolanda. Probably not a good idea to be thinking about your ex-girlfriend while making out with another woman. Your hands move to run along her sides before you realize she never gave you permission to touch her beyond kissing. You freeze, your hands sort of just hovering in space between you two. You're the first one to pull away. You look down at her with a smirk, slyly lighting the blunt before stealing it from her to take a hit, just as you planned. If you only kiss me to get a first hit, that's a low blow, man. Low blow? That's called being smart. The white man's education doesn't teach you that. White man's education. You let out a laugh, exhaling smoke out the window. She has been a little too critical of your ideologies for your liking. Most women don't even question it, but again, she isn't like most women. It's almost like something is wrong with her. We're gonna joke about it. You know, the white man lies sometimes, like how periods aren't natural. The CIA killed Tupac because he was about to expose them. You know, periods aren't natural. Not if you take care of your body. You were joking about the first part. You weren't that stupid, but it is pretty funny to pretend to be that much of a hotep. You kind of want to see how far you can get by just fucking with her. You know that's complete bullshit, right? How's it bullshit? It's been proven by many women who eat right. Serena Williams is one of the most athletic women on the planet, and she still gets periods. Take that where's app ass propaganda elsewhere. I don't play that shit. Okay, Alps, damn, she's cold. Maybe you shouldn't try to get on her bad side just to be funny. I didn't get it from Where's App. I got it from Headbook. That's even worse. No, I was going to say bitter. Okay, you're laughing. Maybe it was a bit more high-pitched than you would like to admit, but who cares? You can tell you just eased her nerves. You surprised she didn't pick up on it earlier. This woman must have been put up with a lot of bullshit. I'm fucking with you. I know periods are natural. I have 2 sisters. I'm not that stupid. Uh-huh. She's quiet for a moment and you realize she's giving her car and once over. You quickly do the same, scanning the front seats for any trash you forgot to pick up. Having 2 preschoolers is hard. Kids are messy and working hard. Working pretty much full-time job makes it hard to keep up with sometimes. You got kids? We already talked about it. There it is. Yeah, Rhea and Roman, 2 different moms. As long as I don't post you on my social media, you'll be fine. You're just full of your fucking problems, huh? It hurts. It hurts so bad that you'll give her a point. Malik 3, Yolanda 2. She's right, you are full of problems, a lot of fucking problems. Too many to write into your lyrics, you could never properly articulate them, and maybe that's why you never excelled in personal rap. Huh. You shrug, attempting to steer away from your approaching bad mood with a light-hearted joke. And a problem if I act right, that's what my mom would say. So you're a mama's boy. Oh, come on. Fuck no, my mom hates me, both of my parents do. What? Oh. First of all, you're an idiot. Why the fuck would you say that? Women don't like when you're emotional. You've had women express how emotional weakness is such a turnoff, and you typically don't last long with them. You try not to talk too much about your personal life to anyone, so why would she be different? You can get out of this. You always manage to find your way out of every bad situation you put yourself in. It isn't that big of a deal. Wait, she's showing interest. It's like she wants to know more about my fucked up family. Sure, about that? You even gave her an out and she still kept pressing. You hope that she isn't one of those healing therapist types you hear on Bitter. Next thing you know, she's gonna pull out crystals and suddenly you'll get a nosebleed. You think it over, realizing how bad Cottonmouth is kicking your ass. You reach behind to grab one of Roman's bags, pulling out a few mini bottles of water for the 2 of you. Taking a swig of water, you realize your Cottonmouth might just be anxiety. You're not used to talking about yourself or really anything deep with anyone. It's nothing more than surface level conversation, something you've grown used to in the years of customer service interaction. Sometimes knowing too little about someone is for the best. It takes a moment for you to gather the courage to speak. You realize you've been staring out the window in front of you since the last time she spoke. Has it been seconds? Minutes? You take a deep breath before speaking. She did ask for this. I'm Ghanaian. Both of my parents came from Ghana in the 80s and started a new life. Dad even got a white-ass last name just to assimilate and follow the white man's rules. He met my mother and they fell in love, had a wedding, and yada yada yada. You know how that shit goes. One of the few things you completely resent your father for, the way he assimilated to American culture just to fit in, then did nothing with his life after. Now you're stuck with the white-ass last name, and half of Ghanaians, you know, don't even think that you're one of them. I still think I'm an accident, but growing up, my dad always seemed to hate everything I did. I was really into art growing up, and one day my dad got so fed up with my shit, he banned me from drawing, forced me to read books and focus on medical shit. They wanted me to be a doctor, despite my dad driving a cab for 30 years, and my mother being a secretary at the mayor's office. Your mother tried to stop him. She believed in you until she couldn't fight him anymore. He was a demon in the house. You and your siblings all resent him still to this day. I never went to medical school. I got my high school diploma and decided that I didn't want to finish college. Because I thought that shit was a waste of my fucking time. I wanted to be a ghostwriter for a long time before realizing that I should just be the one with the fame. People should be looking at me instead of the lucky asshole spitting my raps. When you have 2 African parents who pushed academia on you for so long and you just don't go that route, they resent you. And the day I told my mom I was dropping out of college, I was just wanted to focus on my music, she cursed my head and kicked me out. You realize she probably regrets doing that, but the moment still traumatizes you to this day. You can't even go to your childhood home without reliving the moments over and over again. It's one of the many reasons you try to avoid getting your mom to babysit. There's a long pause before she speaks again, mostly because you're trying to fight back the break in your voice. Long story short, I'm still doing this music shit. It's going somewhere. My beats are doing better than my actual music, but for now I work at Popeyes waiting for my big break. Your big break feels like it's never gonna come. You've waited for years to finally feel like your hard work is paying off, and now you're finally getting some of your flowers, but it's not enough. Shit. Fuck, was she feeling bad for you? You don't want her pity. You don't want anyone's pity. You just want to be okay. Shit, I'm fine, Yolanda. Shit happens. Sometimes you can't please everyone in your life, no matter how hard you try. Your parents, too. Despite everything, the one thing you've learned in your 26 years is that you can't please the people you want to please the most. You remember back in 6th grade when you came up with a report card full of A's and your father didn't even praise you? Instead, he yelled at you to go take out the trash. It hurt and you stopped putting that much effort into school after that. You realized it wouldn't matter no matter how smart you were. Besides, it was either not going to college or getting random girls pregnant. That curse was meant for my head. You laugh, a genuine laugh. You never believed in curses until your mom cursed you, and now you're suffering by her hands. No matter your connection to God or whatever higher being you believe in, you can't seem to lift it. Sometimes you believe the curse will be removed once you make things right with your mother, but 2 girls pregnant, you have 2 baby mamas. You scoff, like she just insulted you, which wasn't the case this time. The first one wasn't my fault. We used a condom, it didn't break either. I feel like she did some shady shit and got herself pregnant. You realize how much you're grinding your teeth and decide that you really don't care enough to get angry over this. You take a deep breath, leaning back in your seat as you look out the window. Anyways, I'm done. It's not like I'm fucking at the moment. You didn't even realize how well you set yourself up to easily shoot your shot until you said it. You couldn't help but grin as you leaned over to speak quietly. I could be. I live upstairs. Oh. Nice. He didn't think she actually lived upstairs. It makes sense now that you're thinking about it for more than 2 seconds. She did look like she ran the joint, so she probably owns a salon downstairs too. You're impressed by her home, but why so many fish? Like, does there have to be 1,000 fish in the fish tank? What the fuck? Fish aside, you take a look around the living room area. It's nice, it matches her aura or whatever. Damn, Bia, you live like this? What? All the candles, it's like a bedroom and faceworks. Bedroom and faceworks in here. A home that smells good is a welcoming one. You cock an eyebrow at her, crossing your arms over your chest as you give her that look. You smoke a lot, don't you? Mind your business. You laugh with her, walking towards the fish tank to get a closer look, even snapping a few pictures to show your friends later. Why would someone need this many fish? Is she a serial killer that gets a new fish every time she kills someone? Are you about to be murdered? So, the only places to open are a pizza joint and this one bodega that delivers. What you want? Her voice brings you back to reality. You walk towards her to look at the menu in her hand before you remember the most important thing. We're gonna offer to pay. You know what? I'll pay. Really? You know you don't have to. No, it's fine. I gotta be a gentleman. Goodbye, beesies. You'll get a new pair another time. You pull out your phone, looking over the menu with her before placing your order, and of course, your card gets declined. You try again and still declined again. That doesn't make sense. You should have enough money in it. It isn't like there's been an irresponsible with money lately. Besides, you just got a pay raise and got off child support for both of your kids since you promised to see them more often. You realize this is probably an issue with the bank and not your account, but this is embarrassing enough. This fine-ass woman just watched your card get declined twice while you were trying to be a gentleman. This is embarrassing. You bite back a swear as you set the menu down. You know I can pay. It ain't that big of a deal. There's no way you can let her pay for you now. You would never let yourself live it down. Nah, actually, it's getting late. I should head home. I gotta take my kids to school in the morning anyways. But it really isn't a big deal, Malik. You know, it's fine. I'll see you around, Yolanda. You grab your phone and keys as you head out, pausing at the door to turn back to look at her with a smirk on your face. Despite your embarrassment, you still have to leave this place with a bang. You close the door behind you, but instead of making your way towards your car, you kind of just linger in the front of her door for a moment. You really made a fool out of yourself, didn't you? Yeah, you could never come back here again. You make your way towards the car and head back to your own apartment. Thankfully, you don't have the kids with you tonight, giving you enough time to reflect in peace. Drowning in a fish tank. That was awkward, but we're gonna look at the other endings, so... yeah, we're gonna go and look at the other endings. Or I could make videos, but I don't really want to read through all that again. Yeah, not really. I'm not a big fan of Malik. Alright, I'm assuming that was a bad one. What's the rare one? Oh, never mind. We got the rare one. Okay. My bad. So we have to go through. My bad. My bad. Yes. Send. Alright. I didn't realize that that was the rare ending. Cause it was still good, but it still went bad. I should just let her pay. But I wanted to be a gentleman, but the way his personality is set up. Alright, bad. Fish fry. Okay, that's if she gets more points than you. Okay. Excuse me, I burped. Excuse me. Alright. Because we had more points than her and we still fucked up by the whole card getting declined thing, and we're too prideful to even, you know. I like how they had different writers. Alright, so what's the good ending? Fishing for pussy and failing. Well, you know, that's Malik. Alright, y'all, well, thanks for listening. We will continue with Malik, you know, later. You know, I'll see you guys soon.